addition to any gig platform, it is important for you to have an independent profile also, because you will cater to a variety of clients. Okay, so how do you go about it? So one thing is that you need to create a full system to build to get work. Okay, and now building the system takes time, so don't takes time in the sense, I'm not saying it'll take years, I'm saying that you need to invest time, like you need to spend 5 hours a day, for example, in the initial phases to work on this. Now I'll show you some examples of people who've got work, okay, from internshala also. And like if you look at there are various students who keep speaking about this. Internshala also they've got work, where they've got internships first, which they converted into paid internships with stipend. But Fiverr people have cracked. Now I'll tell you why it fails a lot of times, but let's look at the channels and the systems we need to get work. So remember this: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Forgot to mention Twitter. These are the 5 places you must have content going in every day, some content or the other. If you can't do every day, start with at least once every week. Okay, and then increase it to twice a week, then thrice a week. Okay, but all these 5 media must have your content being posted. So second is building your firm website. Okay, even if you're going to make a profile on Upwork, any of that you'll do, you must still have your own independent website on for the firm's website. Why? Because if people want to look you up, they can of course see various articles that you have posted up on the internet in various blogs. Okay, so that's something that you will need to do. But in addition, they will also find, okay, your official website, and in that official website you must capture the person's interest by sharing free content, free newsletters, okay, with them, so that they can subscribe. If they subscribe to you, what happens? You have a right to land or to send them emails which go in their inbox, and so you can communicate with them. That's how a lot of you come to know about various updates from us, right? Either you are on a free WhatsApp group, or you are a subscriber of our emails, so you come to know various pieces of various updates from us. Whatever you feel interested in, you join. Okay, and our goal is that if you join a 1 hour webinar, we give you 1 hour's or more worth of value. Agreed? So now same thing you've got to do with your firm profile. Okay, but the important thing which people miss out on is they make the website and then they have a contact us form, but they don't have any way to properly stay in touch, to send newsletters, updates and alerts to their subscribers. This is something you will need to do. There's a tool like Wix, for example, wix.com. I have videos on the internet where I have again, our YouTube has various videos where I've explained how to make a website on Wix and the features it offers to build your emailing list. This is super important. Why? Because a lot of times there are diligent clients who will follow you. They'll see your articles, then they'll see your website, then they'll see your Upwork profile, and then they'll say, okay, chalo, now let's give you the work. So they will track you across different channels. Okay, so that they know if there is a hole in your work, or they know if there are gaps in your abilities, all of that. Then this is one thing people don't focus on: profiles on websites such as Fiverr and Upwork. What do we do when we make a profile? Okay, so imagine this. Okay, making a good profile is kind of like an art. Okay, what's the art part of it? You want to be writing in the way that a person will the potential client will want services, right? So how will they appreciate what you do? That's how you have to write. How do we write? We write from our perspective. This is what I've done. I've got this LLB degree. This is what I do. This is how much I charge. I can draft all agreements. Like, this is how we write. Okay. Now, this doesn't let a client appreciate what you can do. And when we can't also write more a lot of times if we don't know what our potential clients will want. Okay, now that becomes a problem, because either we are writing too little or we are writing generic stuff saying we can do everything. That means that a client may not be able to exactly understand how we'll be able to help them. This is the number one reason why a lot of you do not get any work. Okay, because the profile is very generic. Another way is online articles that you want to write. So there were two or three online articles which I clearly remember, which lead us to a lot of people asking us questions or comments or emails. One of them is a blog post where I wrote how I recovered. So I just gave my own story. So I wrote how I recovered 70,000 from someone who sold a fake Rolex watch. So if you type this and you type Abhyudaya and then you type site or you type IP leaders blog, after that you will get it. So this is one post. Then there is another post which is on how to raise a foreign loan, where it's written that where the reason one should borrow foreign loans over Indian loans is explained, that you get that you get them for a very cheap interest rate. So if you're a lawyer who's doing work around this, then you can say, okay, you can have a free call service. After that, you advise, like you give them some guidance for 5-10 minutes. Then if they want a detailed strategy, then you can have a paid service over it. And then it can be ending with a service on drafting and reviewing the foreign loan agreement and the security documents. Before that, there'll be a advisory work which will require you to look at, let's say, FEMA and RBI's various regulations, notifications. And prior to that, there's a free call. Okay. Now, this is how you can use every online article to set up a system to get paid work. Okay. Then, uh, then there are articles we've got on how to set up a play school or how to get a microbrewery license. These are like extremely successful on the blog.